Hey, it's Scott, professor of home sales. I'm going to do a little front porch demonstration today because we're out on the front porch. It's a beautiful day in Midlothian. The question for the front porch today is, why do we have HOAs? How come HOAs are needed to be created? So first of all, the city requires maintenance of certain areas of the community for perpetuity, till ever, forever. So what they do is they make us form a homeowner association to take care of the common areas. So like the parks, and if you have like buildings or things like that that everybody gets to use. Additionally, the entry monuments and the screen wall around the perimeter of the community are made for perpetuity. And then also the stormwater drainage areas. So what we did is we created the Villages of Walnut Grove Homeowner Association. We create a corporation, and the corporation's job is to enforce the CC&Rs, or the covenants, conditions, and restrictions. Um, how the corporation operates is all included in the bylaws of the corporation. So for example, in the bylaws of the corporation, you're going to find out how many officers you need to have, how often they can get elected. You'll need a president of the homeowner association, a treasurer, and the authority, the officers that are authorized to operate the corporation in the term that they're in. Additionally, then the covenants, conditions, and restrictions, I refer to them as the laws of the land. What you can and cannot do are outlined in the CC&Rs. It's a legal document. A lot of times they're pretty boilerplate. They kind of say the same kind of things. But it'll tell you, for example, if you're going to put a sign in front of your yard for a garage sale, how big it can be. They're going to tell you whether or not you can put certain decorations out. If you want to put a flagpole out, you can, but you have to have the homeowner association's permission to do so. So because of it being for perpetuity, any adjustment that you want to make, for example, if you want to get a shed in the backyard, it's always best to make sure that the HOA gives you approval. You'll get a permit from the city, but at the end of the day, that is going to be approved for perpetuity. And lastly is it's the enforcement. Okay, so there's certain things obviously that you want to protect your equity in your new home, and the CC&Rs go along doing that. So like, for example, let's say you have a homeowner who's not taking good care of his yard, right? There's weeds growing up, there's weeds in the flower beds. The HOA will give him a notice. They'll send out a notice because the HOA has people that drive the community regularly to make sure that the codes are enforced, that the covenants and conditions are enforced throughout. Additionally, they can also eventually fine you if you are unresponsive to certain things. They can fine you and potentially put a lien on your house. So you can't mess around with an HOA in terms of if they give you a fine, you need to pay the fine. You need to correct the items that they are. But in general, HOAs are good things because they're going to help maintain the equity in your house. They're not going to let somebody come in and do some outlandish things that you're not going to appreciate, or is going to decrease the property value. So that's the front porch talk for today. That's why we have HOAs. The city requires us to do so. That's kind of how they function. So come visit us at Villages of Walnut Grove or in Midlothian, and we'll tell you about our HOA.